Hey everyone, it is Sunday, September 18th. The time is just before 12:30 p.m. and I'm here at Oak Ridge Park in Scarborough, and there's a look at Danforth Avenue, and I think the temperature right now is around 24 degrees Celsius, although it said there is a chance of thunderstorms at 1 p.m. in the forecast. So we'll have to see if that comes into play on this ride. And there is the Ad Motor e-bike. And for this one, I'm going to hop on the bike and go for a ride over to Gerrard Street East, and I'll head west along the entire length of Gerrard Street East to downtown, where it becomes Gerrard Street West at Yonge Street, and then I'll finish up at Gerrard University, where Gerrard comes to an end. So this here is Danforth Avenue. I'm just going to wait for a break. There we go. So this is east on Danforth Avenue, and as I am east of Victoria Park, this is the former borough of Scarborough. Gladiators Paintball. And here's where Danforth Road begins. So that'll lead north up through Scarborough. But I'll be turning right at Warden, just up ahead here. And that'll lead me down to where Gerrard Street begins. And Gerrard Street's really divided in two. There's this stretch that starts from out here and it runs to Coxwell, and then you have to go south a block and resume going west through Little India. So I'm going to turn right here. And north in the other direction, you'll find Warden Station. So I need to turn right here onto Clonmore Drive. And I think this painted gutter is to allow for street parking. It's not really a bike lane, but if it's clear, it makes sense to ride in it. And this street should split just up here, and then we'll be at the start of Gerrard Street. And there seems to be a bit of a rattle coming from either my brake or my gears up on the handlebars, right around the right grip. I'll have to see about tightening that. And Gerrard Street begins. I'm not sure how long this one is lengthwise. I did not research this ride in advance. I just had to come out to that area this morning. And I thought, since I'm here, let's record a video of my ride back. I was thinking of doing a live stream, but the idea that there might be thunderstorms didn't seem too appealing. That and Monday or Sunday afternoon football is kicking off in 30 minutes. I've got a number of players going on my fantasy team. And I've also got some videos to edit that I recorded yesterday. I guess there'll be this one too. And another project I'm working on for my other channel, Johnny Stumbles. So I'd like to get some work done on that. And I'm just realizing I don't have any food. Maybe I'll order a pie from Domino's. So to my left, not too far south of here, is Lake Ontario. And this is Victoria Park Avenue. So just north of here is Danforth. And once I cross Victoria Park, we'll be out of Scarborough and into the old city of Toronto. Riding through a neighborhood that has been deemed the Upper Beaches, although I think that's more of a recent terminology to describe it. Seems to be more of a realtor term. So people often refer to this section of Gerrard as Upper Gerrard, as it runs more to the north. And the next leg of Gerrard Street that is Malvern Avenue, and they've got bike share out here, and there's even an e-bike there. That's cool to see. And last night, I bought a plane ticket, so I'll be going somewhere far away pretty soon. I'm going to save that announcement for later. Maybe I'll just surprise everyone with a live stream from where I'm going. But it'll be longer than my trip to the Netherlands. It is a 10-day trip, which means I'm going to have to start loading up on videos. I'd rather not do the edit and upload thing from a hotel. And we're at Main Street. And there is a 506 Carlton streetcar. And those are running along Gerrard, although, yeah, that one says short turn to Broadview. They're only going as far as Broadview. I think it's quite the mess once you go west of there. There's been some maps posted online of the route the buses that are replacing the streetcars are taking. It's kind of hilarious. They're basically just zigzagging across downtown. There's a lot of track work going on. And the entire intersection of Carlton and Church Street is closed. This street is, or streetcar is called the 506 Carlton. but it spends more time on Gerrard and College than it does Carlton. Maybe because Carlton's in the middle, it takes that name. I don't really know. Maybe that's a question for Reese at RM Transit. Hey, there's a Pioneer gas station. It's a brand I don't really see much of these days. So this stretch is mostly residential with some commercial around the larger intersections. And what street is this coming up? Glenmount Park. As that streetcar starts creeping through the red light. Got a flashing crosswalk sign up ahead here. And you'll notice the streetcar is connected to the power lines overhead. There is a term for whatever that thing is called, and it is escaping me right now. And straight ahead, way off in the distance, the CN Tower makes an appearance. So Gerrard here has started to duck a little bit to the south. This is Woodbine. The Naval Club of Toronto, established 1935. Who's the streetcar honking at? That car had to wait till it could turn. I guess judging by the fact that this driver of the streetcar was also entering an intersection while it was on a green light, they're a bit on the impatient side maybe. This is Bomer Road. On the left is the Fairmount Park Community Center. So just up ahead here should be Coxwell, where I'm going to have to make a left and then a right. So we'll be briefly leaving Gerrard. I think this Honda wants to turn left here, but he just realized he can't. And so far I've traveled 5.05 kilometers at an average speed of 19.2 kilometers per hour. And had I have waited in the queue to turn left, I would have been behind a Jeep over there and I would not have made it through this intersection. So this is south down Coxwell. This will lead you down to the Beaches neighborhood, where I guess it kind of splits the Beaches and Leslieville. You could turn right at Queen Street and head into Leslieville, or go left into the Beaches, or you could stay straight and go all the way down to the actual Beaches. Chrysler Intrepid. There's a car I have not seen in a long time. So turning right here will take us through the Gerrard India Bazaar. Oh no, a dead pigeon. And welcome to Little India. Switch from pole to pantograph. So I think that's what you call that thing that connects the streetcar to the wire up ahead. That's what the sign said. I think that was for the streetcar operators' attention. I like the colors on this building. Chandan. It looks really nice at night too when it's all lit up. There's an old Bollywood theater, or at least it was briefly a Bollywood theater on the right. It was the first one of its kind in Canada. There's multiple restaurants called Desi Burger. There's the Burger House, Lahore and Chat Desi Burger, and then just Desi Burger. I've always found that kind of interesting. We got a car door open here. Here is Greenwood, so we are leaving Little India. And there's a neat little commercial stretch just up ahead that I think is pretty underrated. And that goes between Jones Avenue and Gerrard Square. And here's Jones Avenue. That driver just sailed through the red light and deservedly got honked at. So the skies to my right, which are to the north of here, look a little bleak. They look pretty good straight ahead. I guess it depends which way the wind's blowing. Here's a rather urban Home Depot on the right. That's in Gerrard Square Mall. There's also a Staples and a Walmart. So they've got some pretty big anchor tenants. And there's also a large no-frills grocery store just behind the mall. And there's a Food Basics grocery store in the mall. There's one of the oldest taverns in the city, the Maple Leaf Tavern. What is this red car doing here? What are you doing throughout a Matrix? Men's haircut, 15 bucks. I gotta give one of those places a try again. So coming up is Carlaw Avenue, and these are the rail tracks that divide Leslieville and Riverdale. So I was in Leslieville. Now we're entering Riverdale, as well as East Chinatown. And there's the Real Jerk, which you may have seen from a Drake music video. And right where I am now, and probably over a decade from now, will be a subway station at Carlaw and Gerrard. That'll be part of the Ontario line. It'll be interesting to watch how this area transforms. And we are entering East Chinatown. Our person has a seat on their 9-baht Max scooter. They also don't know what a red light means, apparently. I don't think that would be particularly comfortable on that scooter. Toronto roads are kind of notoriously bad. And you don't have the benefit of a suspension on that particular one. I feel a bit beat up just standing on it after a ride sometimes. And I just rode past the north end of Gerrard Street. As a cyclist, this is always a bit of an uneasy spot to be in when you've got street parking on your right, so there's that constant threat of doors popping open. And you've got streetcar tracks on your left, which have been known to grab a few wheels in their day and turn you into a human pizza. Or in my case, give your head a good bounce off the pavement. And here is Broadview Avenue. So that's as far as the streetcars will be going, then they'll be turning north up to Broadview Station. On the right is the old Don Jail, and where Riverdale Hospital used to be. It's now the Bridgepoint Health Center. And in a moment, a bike lane will appear. I'll be going over the Don River and entering downtown. Sorry, it's the Bridgepoint Active Healthcare Center, Hospital, I'm not sure. Even though I saw the sign, it just says Bridgepoint Active Healthcare. It seems like something is missing in that title. Oh well. So on my right is the Cabbagetown neighborhood, and on the left is Regent Park, which is undergoing a massive redevelopment. This car seems to be waiting for me. I'll give them a little nod. They had a striped line, and they were at the intersection before me. So that's why I slowed down, just to let them turn in front of me, but they saw me and decided to wait for me. There's a look into Regent Park. Oh, so we do have streetcars running on this stretch. I thought they all said short turn on them before, I think. Well, that one said short turn on Broadview, but I guess they are going west of Broadview and Gerrard. Let's see what happens to them. They're going to turn north here on Parliament. Let's see, where's this streetcar going? Because I know Church and Carlton is closed. There's a fantastic view of downtown, or the financial district skyline. So normally this streetcar would turn right here at Parliament and then go left at Carlton, but I don't think it can do that. It says 506 Carlton to High Park. Let's see which route it takes at this intersection. Yeah, so that's going to be turning left. And then I think it'll make a right on Dundas, as those would be the nearest east-west streetcar tracks to the south of here. And I think it begins its zigzag pattern. There's someone on inline skates. That's smart. And we're at Sherburne, so the Ellen Gardens are just on the right here. And let's see, that's been 9.81 kilometers. I think that's pretty poor etiquette to jump to the front of the queue like that. Unless you absolutely know you're faster than the rider at the front, you should be single file waiting behind them. Also, you're blocking anyone who wants to turn right at the intersection from just going around and making the right turn. I see ya.
Oh, thank you. Usually when I push the button, I speed up.
Have a nice day. She just said usually when we press the button, people speed up. And here is Gerrard Street. And the infamous Hooker Harvey's there. I don't think it requires a history lesson to tell you how it got that name. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock, so the first round of afternoon games will be kicking off around now. Whoop. They both kind of changed lanes and swerved together through that intersection. I'm not sure who's to blame for that one. There's an RU symbolizing Ryerson University, the school now known as TMU. They've got a lot of outdated signage still on their campus. And here's Church Street. So the TMU campus is mostly on the left. And coming up will be Yonge Street, and once I cross Yonge, this will turn into Gerrard Street West. And you can already see where Gerrard terminates off in the distance. At that large building straight ahead, that is University Avenue. There's the urban format IKEA just on the right. And here is Bay Street coming up. I think it's this guy's e-bike making that hum. Is he going for it? He is. He's wearing a thick coat that would be appropriate for winter on a 24 degrees Celsius day. So what I'll do is I'll turn right at University and then I'll head north up into Queen's Park. And we can end this one there. And this is an area known for its 4 major hospitals. There's Toronto General on the right. And Mount Sinai straight ahead. And beside that is Princess Margaret. And beside Toronto General on the right, actually on my left, is the Sick Kids Hospital. It's one of the reasons why they prioritize keeping this stretch of University open just for emergency vehicles and that sort of thing to get through. So that was the entire length of Gerrard Street. And there's Queen's Park straight ahead. Those police officers are special constables. They are employees of the province, not the city. I believe they work on the Queen's Park grounds straight ahead, as Toronto is the provincial capital. Doesn't look like there are any protests going on at Queen's Park today. I think they tend to be on Saturdays. So I'll pay too close attention to that stuff. And coming up is Wellesley Street. And then on the right is the University of Toronto campus, but I think we're going to wrap this one up. So I hope you enjoyed this one on the Ad Motor e-bike here. Let me just put it into follow mode. There's a link to this bike in the description. That's the E53 City Commute Bike. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and if you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there's a super thanks button appearing below these videos. If you wish to say thanks that way, let me pull up the final ride stats. We are looking at 12.11 or 11 kilometers at an average speed of 16.9 kilometers with a total ride time of around 43 minutes. All right, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.